Good morning, Raptor freaks. Alexiot's here, and the Raptors beat the Magic last night for their 11th victory of this season. And that's fantastic. Some people may be upset, but I'm not. I'm glad they won. That was a good game. It was fun to watch. Of course, they started horrible. They came and gave up a 10-0 lead right away to the Magic. The Magic couldn't miss. They're making everything. Darko's saying, yeah, they came out and they made like 4 straight shots, and we had 3 straight turnovers. And boom, it's a 10-0 game all of a sudden. And the Magic have an early lead. That first quarter was ugly. It was very scary. In some ways, in our chat, some people were freaking out. But I was like, no, listen to Matt. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying that Orlando has one of the worst offenses in the league, and they stall out. Well, they stalled out in the second quarter, and the Raptors went on to take the lead and never look back and kick their ass for the rest of the game. It was fantastic. It's really, really good. It is true. The Magic were shorthanded, and that was a huge factor in why we won last night. But I'll take it. This is the NBA. There's no mercy, and there's a lot of different scenarios with different teams when they meet up with each other. You know, like we're going to play New Orleans soon again, and we beat New Orleans already this year at their place. They're coming to see us, but they're playing way better now. So we're going to have a harder time against the Pelicans because they're getting a little bit more healthy and they're a little bit more dangerous at this point in the season. If we had seen them both times earlier in the season, well, would have been against a shittier team. But that's not how the NBA works. Different teams show up on different nights, different injuries, different people are around. And, well, you see different strengths of teams at different times. And, well, that's just the breaks. That's just how it is in the league called the NBA. Now, we have to do a tight little stream today. We're going to react to the Orlando game last night because there's a 9:05 game starting in 90 minutes at Scotiabank Arena where they're going to have a schoolyard game. It's Westchester Knicks versus the 9:05, and Blake Murphy on Blue Skies is reporting that Jacoby Walter, Jonathan Mobo, and the two-ways, Ulrich Shamshay, A.J. Lawson, and Jamison Battle are all available for this game at 11 o'clock. So we want to get done with the stream in the next 90 minutes. I want to ask y'all to really, really limit your comments this morning because I know reactions can go a long time. But, yeah, I really want y'all to limit them because I'm going to try and do this in 90 minutes and get off in time to be able to watch this 9:05 game, guys. But, yeah, Walter, Mobo, and the two-ways are in the game today. So we got to get done so we can watch them. The referees for the 9:05 game this morning, Westchester Knicks at 9:05 in Scotiabank Arena. Tyler Merkovich is the crew chief, number 41. The referee is Teresa Stuck, number 68. And the umpire is Rachel Rayford, number 44. Yeah, they've been playing very, very well, and they're a lot of fun to watch right now. So let's get this stream done so we can watch some 9:05 action. How about that? Yeah. All right, Trevor J's first in. I can't do all the good the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I like that. I like that. That's a nice saying. I like that word of wisdom. I can't do all the good in the world, but it needs. But I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do all the good I can. There you go. I like that. Trevor's saying big comeback win after ugly start. This game shows more development and how to win. You know, I'm very proud of them. They're played more like a team. They could have fallen apart. In the beginning of the game, nothing went right. It looked like it was going to be one of those nights where layups fall out, free throws don't go in, passes are missed. You know, the Orlando Magic's hands, as Darko touts them, their best asset they have, were a problem in the first quarter. Getting in there and messing up little passes between RJ and Grady and Scotty and different people. And, you know, they were lazy with their passing, to be honest. The Raptors were so lazy with their passes at the beginning and getting telegraphed left and right, where Orlando's getting in transition baskets run the other way very, very much at the beginning of the game because of lazy-ass passing. Oh, here you go, Grady. Oh, run into the passing lane. Kentavious called up, boom, layup. Yeah, that kind of bullshit. Yeah, they had to tighten up with that stuff. The thing I said about yesterday about Jakob being a big factor in this game backfired. It was crazy. I was like, okay, Goga's not playing, so Jakob should own the paint. But the problem was Jakob was extremely off in his game last night. He was not his regular self. He was bobbling balls. He couldn't rebound. He wasn't making shots. He had a hard time last night. So it wasn't like he was the factor. In fact, we did better when he was out and Kelly was in last night. It was very, very weird because he was our size advantage, but he ended up being just off. He had a very, very off night, and he even fouled out last night, which was crazy. which is crazy. Yeah, it's a weird game. And a good job by the Raptors. Scotty beat Paulo. That's what I wanted. You didn't outscore him, Scott, but you outplayed him overall as an all-around player, and you helped your team beat his team. And that's what matters in the team sport called basketball. But listen, that you just showed to me that you can outplay the superstar on the other side without outscoring him by being an all-around great passer for the teammates, setting them up, and being an amazing defender. Third quarter was a block party last night. Scotty Barnes, amazing block. Kelly Olynyk blocking people last night in the third quarter with some amazing blocks too. So there's a lot of fun in the game last night. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. Grady Dick throwing it down. Oh, Dick throws it down. What did Matt Devlin say last night? It was a little questionable. He was using Grady's last name in some of the calls on those dunks. A little questionable. All right, let's see what else Trevor's saying. Raptors are hosting first ever fan day with the opportunity to meet the players on February the 1st. Yeah, that's a new event. I'm not even sure what this is all about. They're going to have the coaches open house this weekend on Sunday, but on the 1st of February, they're going to have something called Fan Day, open to the fans to come down there. They're doing all kinds of interesting things right now. All kinds of stuff. They're revitalizing the Sprite Zone. There's all kinds of crazy things going on with the Raptors right now. This Hall of Fame, the commemoration of Vince Carter's dunk anniversary is coming up. There's all kinds of crazy events and things that they're doing. They had Goat Night last night, celebrating Director X, who directed a bunch of Drake's videos. He's a GOAT, a greatest of all time from Toronto, is a cinematographer and making excellent videos, mainstream, huge videos that are very famous out there. So yeah, they were put it on Goat Night with this logo on the court last night. A lot of people like that logo. Matt Devlin, some other people talking about it. Some people online saying we should make this court our permanent court. I don't know. There's some things that may point to that may be possible. All right, let's see. Trevor Nako's here. Good to see Gerald. He's saying that Trevor, we already did. He must have named somebody else or something. Like I said, he was good, but a little slow. Hot damn, they just flipped the switch. Scotty, RJ, Kelly, Bruce were on fire. Well, Scotty got the post-game interview, and he gave all the credit in the world to the winning the game last night to the bench. He said that it was Kelly Olynyk, Chris Boucher, Bruce Brown, the key this game last night, Jamal Shed too, that they were a huge factor because the starters stunk it up at the beginning of the game, were horrible. RJ was so bad at the beginning of the game. I was like, holy crap, RJ, what's going on with you, man? You were so off, so off. And well, they got in a hole, and then, Chris and them came out there because it's weird because Chris wasn't supposed to play last night, guys. I don't know if you knew this, but Darko in the pregame interview came out and he said, Chris is sick. Chris has been sick for the last 3 days. He hasn't practiced at all the whole time we've been off since Milwaukee. And I don't know if he's ready to play tonight. He is active. He's available to play, but I'm going to give him a DMP tonight because I don't feel like his conditioning and how he's feeling. I'm going to give him another day off. This is what Darko said before the game. Well, things went so bad with our starters. Break in case of emergency, Chris Boucher, get out there and give us some energy and start playing at a higher level than the starters were able to establish at the beginning of the game. So, yeah, he went back on that real early. And I was like, holy crap, he is playing Chris. He had told us before the game he wasn't going to play him because he was sick and he hadn't fully came back. Well, he felt like he had to, and he did. And it paid off because that bench absolutely got us back in the game, playing fantastic. Kelly Olynyk in particular. Kelly Olynyk was very key last night. I watched Basketball Rewinds stream from this week, and I'm pissed off at you, Kenyon. You and Beyond calling Kelly Olynyk a corpse. That's very disrespectful. I know you guys aren't Raptors First Channel like mine is, but man, you're not going to keep me watching your show. You're going to take pot shots at great Canadian heroes and current Raptors that are still currently productive and helping our team by calling them a corpse and get them off my team. Yeah, that's not productive. That's not constructive. And you're going to lose my subscription. I just came back to watch y'all again, and the first show I watched back, y'all are insulting. And in some ways, the quality of what y'all are talking about is not worth watching you insult the Raptors, is what I'm saying, Kenyon. I know you're going to watch me maybe today. Maybe not. Who knows? All right, so let's see. Ben Saraf. I don't know. Did I look up Ben Saraf? Is that who you're talking about? Because that's the scout of the day. That's who he wants me to look at, Ben Saraf. I don't know if I watched him before. Ben Saraf. Okay, he's a Israeli. Okay, he's Israeli. He's how tall is he? Let me look at this. I have not looked at this player yet, so we'll look at him. He'll be the scout of the day. He is only 18. He's very, very young. He's only 6'5". Why does he look like he's over 7 foot? He's a point guard. Okay, this is some of the stuff that's going on with him. He doesn't have any stars. No ratings for going to school, so he just plays over there in Israel. Okay, I'll look at him. He's also played in BBL. Okay, all right. 6'5" point guard from Israel, Ben Saraf. All right, I'll look at him, Trevor. Excuse me. All right, let's go to YouTube and I'll see if I can find some of his highlights. Yeah, I don't think I've watched this guy, Nako. I don't think I have. If I did, I don't remember. And in some ways, that's a bad sign. It's a bad sign. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Let's see. Best FIBA MVP, best of Ben Saraf. Is that what we watch? No, we'll watch the shorter clip. Maybe. Yeah, we'll just watch this one. Okay, here we go. We're watching Israeli Ben Saraf, draft prospect. Okay, which one is he? He's the guy who just went down the lane and laid it up. Okay, goofy little dribble. You know, the competition he's playing against is not that good. Like, this is not a good league to gauge competition against. Let's just put it that way. He does look skinny. He does have a little bit of strength on his arms, though. Let's see. Yeah, he seems slow to me, man. Like, that was very, like, easy because there's no speed to this game. This game is so freaking slow, this league. This is not like the NBA. So I don't know, man. This guy's a very slow player for a point guard. And yeah, I don't know. It's like I have such a hard time gauging anything by Israeli league highlights, because honestly, the competition there sucks. They're not very good players overall. Let's just put it that way. It's like almost like American high school, almost, to me. It's not like college. This is not US college level. So I can't really gauge this guy in a way that's fair because he's playing against such shitty competition. And honestly, once again, I'm not interested in point guards right now. The Raptors have so many good point guard prospects and people in our pipeline, Scotty included, that I wouldn't want this guy. I wouldn't even be anywhere near this guy. And I don't know where he's projected. Basically, like, there's so many. This seems like a real build right now where there's 6'5" point guards coming out in this draft. Like, there's a bunch of them. Like, there's Kasparis and Fears and different people like that. This guy's nothing like those other guys. I think this guy sucks, honestly. So I wouldn't go near this guy, Ben Saraf. I don't even want to watch him anymore because it kind of the highlight looks like a waste of watching. Seriously. So yeah, no, Trevor. Trevor, you have not brought me very many scouts of the day. Well, you brought me one today. I'm not impressed. And Raptors don't even consider drafting this guy. How about that? How about that? There we go. There's your scout of the day. All right, let's keep going. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. Defense was the key yesterday. Once unlocked, we had the game. You can call it defense, or you can just call it that Orlando's bad at offense, and they have a really hard time making points sometimes. It's true. What Matt Devlin was saying is that they have the 30th offense in 30 teams in the NBA. They just go through dry spells, and they had some very serious ones last night. In some ways, it's because Franz is not there. Franz is the engine that can score a lot of points for them when they need points anytime. Well, he's not available. Paulo does his chipping in, but there's other people they need to be chipping in at other times. And there was a lot of offense that was missing from their lineup that was in street clothes last night. People like Cole Anthony, people like Franz Wagner. That's going to be part of the problem for Orlando right now. I'm glad we caught them like this right now because we needed this win, and it felt good. And it was nice to see. But yeah, I want to give some credit to the defense, but really, in some ways, it's the ineptitude of the Magic's offense that is a big part of why we won yesterday. Fiercely saying trade talks make Bruce and Kelly play harder. They don't want to go. Yeah, they both said this. I mean, Kelly's been very open, as I said, that he wants to retire as a Raptor. And Bruce Brown came out in an interview this week saying that he loves Toronto. He does not want to be traded. and that he actually is like really wanting to stick around if he can. Oh my gosh. If your contract wasn't so bad, maybe. Like if you were getting paid maybe half of what you're getting paid right now, you might be on a good contract, but you're not. And that just makes things awful. It's not about what people want either, Bruce. It's not about what people want. Let's see. Smooth's here. Good to see you, Reggie. Possible four-way trade. Phoenix, Milwaukee, and Miami, and Toronto coming from Ira Windeman, Miami beat reporter. Yeah, I heard the rumblings about this last night, and I kind of looked at it. It's a thing where Jimmy will end up in Phoenix, Bradley Beal will end up in Milwaukee, Miami will get Chris Middleton, and we will be the facilitator that moves Bruce somehow. And yeah, that's the deal I've been hearing right now. That's the way it would all go. And I'm reading it right here. Jimmy to Phoenix, Miami gets Bruce Brown and Chris Middleton, and Milwaukee gets Kevin Love and Bradley Beal. Toronto gets Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton in draft compensation. So we would get Portis and Connaughton. I mean, I don't mind Bobby Portis. Pat Connaughton's past his prime, and in some ways, he's just kind of a waste around like right now. He's a good little vet. He could be scrappy and coming off the bench. In some ways, he'd be like maybe a good mentor for people like Jacoby and Grady. But I don't know. I mean, I don't mind this because it is if we're only losing Bruce Brown in this whole thing, that's fantastic. And we're getting Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton and draft compensation. No, we'll do this deal because Bobby Portis is a very useful player. Pat Connaughton, but we're getting Bruce out of here. So I like it. I like it, Reggie. I like this deal. If this is a 4-team deal that's about to go down, hey, Messiah and Bobby, pull that trigger. If you're getting Bruce out and you're getting somebody like Bobby Portis coming back the other way, well, that could be interesting. I don't know where he is in his contract right now. That's very interesting. Randolph's here. Good to see Randolph Phillips. As I said, guys, limit your comments today. We want to get done because there's an 11 o'clock start for 9:05 in just over an hour. Blessings, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative gang. Do not bury today's trouble in hopes of dealing with it tomorrow. It will just be an extra burden on top of tomorrow's own set of troubles. Procrastination, putting things off. I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. No, Jimi Hendrix, don't wait till tomorrow. What are you gonna say? Gonna wait till tomorrow? No, take care of it today. That's what they're saying. That's right. Blessings to the Phillips family, all the Raptor Freak families out there. Thank you, Randolph, for your words of wisdom against procrastination. That's right. Fiercey's here. Fiercey's saying, I need to vent about TNT crew glazing Orlando despite our dub. Blame on shorthanded team. The amount of times we had injuries. Shame on them. At least Greenberg apologized for not hyping us up. Yeah, they're going to say whatever they're going to say. Are you saying it was the TNT crew or Greenberg? Isn't Greenberg on NBA or something like that? I don't know. I don't watch any of them. I don't even listen to them. They're like these trees in the forest. They fall down and nobody hears them. Did they fall down? Nah, I don't hear this. So in some ways I can't opinion on this, but it sounds like business as usual for U.S. media covering the Raptors to be centric on the American team, even if the American team lost in the game. It's the same way in the highlight reels and all that kind of stuff. I'm not upset about this. In fact, listen to this. See, we'll go look at the ESPN Power Rankings this morning, which are really funny this morning too. They just came out this morning. We've dropped 2 spots, which is crazy because we've gotten better. We've actually won 3 out of our last 4 games, ESPN. If you're not paying attention, you jabronis. We dropped 2 spots because New Orleans got better, and they jumped New Orleans up 2 spots, and we switched spots with them. So now it says for us on our power rankings, we're second to last. Washington is the worst team at 30, and we're second in the ESPN power rankings at 29, second worst. It says Toronto, Emmanuel Quickly, the centerpiece of the OG Anunoby trade last season, and they gave him a 5-year, $175 million contract this season to cement him as the team's starting point guard. Injuries have limited Quickly to a handful of games this season, and he's shooting below 37.8%. It would be good to see him develop chemistry with Scotty Barnes down the stretch. That's Tim Bontemps saying that. Man, that's wrong, man. You got to, Tim, we have just won 3 out of 4, and we're on the rise again. You need to pay better close attention. You obviously aren't. So I'm just saying, Fiercey, they're going to be doing this no matter what. We win 3 out of our last 4 games, and ESPN drops us 2 spots in the power rankings. U.S. media going to U.S. media. Doesn't surprise me. And none of that shit they say or do matters anyway. It's just all hot air, them talking out of their ass. There you go. Smooth Sam Butler was wearing Phoenix-themed shoes last night. He knows it's coming. Was he even playing? I think that they've said that, like, they're not going to play him. His teammates don't want him to play with them, that he's just persona non grata, but he's still officially there. They're going to make this deal happen. Fiercely saying, Bobby Portis? Ugh. Oh, well, at least he would bring the dog factor if he's bought in and invested in playing for us. Let's wait and see. I think Bobby Portis would be happy to come play for the Raptors because he's seen our organization from the outside. He's battled against us, and he's lost against us a lot. And let's not get it twisted. In some ways, Bobby Portis will be unhappy to leave Milwaukee because that's where he won a championship, and he's been with Giannis for so long. It would be a weird change. But I think that he would enjoy being on our team. It would be fun. In some ways, it would really help our front court in different ways. He would definitely not be starting still. And I don't know. I mean, in some ways, he's a goofy, dirty player that can really rebounds and is defensively underrated. So I wouldn't be unhappy about this. And even though he's been an enemy for so long, even though, it'd be an interesting look. It'd be an interesting fit, Fiercey. Bobby Portis in a Raptors jersey. Smooth saying Ira is to Miami what Doug Smith is to Toronto. So this is a pretty reliable source, Reggie's saying, that put this 4-team trade proposal out there as being a possibility. Interesting. Reggie saying it fiercely. I think both of those guys are signed through next year. So if the deal goes down, I can see one or both of them being traded in the offseason. Talking about Connaughton and Portis. Okay, good information. G saying this was my favorite game for Scotty. They were down. You could see he took it personally and wanted to compete against Banchero. He did a little bit of everything. Great job. Yeah, let's do the stars of the game, and let's talk about Scotty's game last night. G, yeah, it's not my favorite game that he's played this year. There was a game just recently that I thought was the greatest game he's ever played, and it's because he scored more himself, but he was doing everything all around. But this was definitely in the series of superstars leading his team kind of game that he's done recently, where he's had a string of games where he's been the leader, and he's been leading all facets of the game for the team, defensively, offensively, passing, scoring, all kinds of stuff. My number one star of the game for last night's game is Scotty. Scotty came out there and took that superstar battle I talked about yesterday. Paulo versus Scotty is going to be a factor. Now, in the beginning, it was a scoring race, and Paulo was hot right away. Paulo was killing it right from the bat. He was making shots, and he was a part of the first quarter that the Magic really kicked our butt. But Scotty answered him a bit with some scoring in the second, but then he changed to all-round player. And while Paulo was still calling his number and trying to make all the buckets for Orlando, Scotty was getting all his teammates involved and getting them going. And that was smarter strategy because he had more guys making shots than the Magic. And the Magic went cold when they just tried to go to Paulo over and over again. So in some ways, the philosophies of Scotty as a franchise player are more conducive for winning than Paulo Banchero because Scotty's going to get his other teammates involved. And not only that, Scotty's going to show leadership and huge plays on defense. And then whether it's a steal, he stripped Paulo of the ball at one point, ran back and did his little look back dunk. And then he even got a huge emphatic block in the third quarter. So Scotty was fantastic. 32 minutes for Scotty. 34 minutes, 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 4 from free throw, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers only, a plus 21 with 17 points in 34 minutes. Paulo scored 26. You know, we could look at their stat lines against each other and compare them all day. You know, in some ways, Paulo shot better than him. Paulo made 1 more 3 than him. Scotty shot better at the free throw line. Scotty got less rebounds than him, but Scotty got 8 assists to his 2. And Scotty got 2 steals and 1 block. Paulo only got a block. He didn't get the steals. And Paulo had 5 turnovers also. Paulo may have scored 26, and Scotty only scored 17, but Scotty was a plus 21. Meanwhile, Banchero was at minus 7. So you look at that superstar matchup, and maybe Paulo outscored him, but Scotty had the all-round team game that won the superstar matchup. And there you go. Double-double for Scott. 2 assists shy of a triple-double. My first star of the game. My second star of the game is RJ. RJ went on a journey last night. He was absolutely horrible in the first quarter. He got in foul trouble. He was having trouble staying in the game because he was bad and he was fouling. But over the course of the game, he settled down and he started making threes for us. He started doing other things for us. RJ, 6 for 9 from the field last night. So he missed all of his shots early, but he made them all late. 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 7 at the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, a +7 with 19 points. Our leading scorer for the game last night didn't get 20 points. Yeah, fantastic stuff. I just like RJ, even though he's playing horrible early, playing through it and coming around and showing up big time and helping to carry us later in the game when we need him to score. He's hitting open threes. He's going to the basket, making layups, and he's trying his ass off to be that kind of guy for us. So RJ gets the second star. The third star of the game for me is Kelly Olynyk off the bench. As I said earlier, the starters were horrible in the beginning, and Kelly and them came in and turned the game around for the Raptors last night. Kelly in 22 minutes was 4 of 6. He hit both his threes, which I love to see. He was 2 for 4 at the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks for Kelly. That's crazy. Kelly had 4 blocks last night, y'all. He did have 5 turnovers, but he was unheard of, plus 39 last night. So, yeah, there was some winning. And they asked Kelly after the game, when you guys are playing, are you aware of your plus minus? And Kelly's kind of like, yeah, you are kind of, because you can tell when you're winning on the court and scoring more than the other team. So you kind of do get a feel of whether your plus minus is good or not while you're out there, even without seeing it, because you kind of can tell whether you're coming back or not. And then you say, yeah, you're a plus 39. He's like, yeah, that makes sense, because it felt like we were scoring a lot when I was out there. So Kelly, 12 points in 22 minutes. Fantastic start, spark off the bench. And how dare you guys call him a corpse this week? Basketball Rewind. Seriously, y'all. That's not the way to get Raptors fans to watch your show, Kenyon, is calling Kelly Olynyk a corpse. That's not nice, man. That's not nice. That's a living, breathing person, and there's a lot of death in this world, and you don't need to be making jokes like that. Grady Dick is my 4th star of the game. 28 minutes, 6 for 9 from the field, same as RJ. 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 6 from free throw land. That's weird. A lot of these Raptors shot weird free throws where they missed. It didn't matter in the game in the end. But, yeah, a lot of weird misses at the free throw line that were just not normal, especially for somebody like Grady, as far as, like, how often he makes them. Only 1 rebound for Grady, 1 assist, but 17 points in 28 minutes, -1s. Grady had a couple highlights. He had a dunk that was fantastic where he came along the baseline and threw it down. Yeah, Grady was awesome last night. He was playing real loose and happy, and you could tell he really had some fire and was enjoying himself. So good job, Grady, getting going. You didn't start that well either at the beginning of the game, but you got it going by the end of the game. So I'm proud of you for that. My last star of the game is Bruce Brown. Number 11 got the 11th win for the Raptors coming off the bench. 25 minutes for Bruce, 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point. Made all 3 of his free throws. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, a +7 with 15 points in 25 minutes. Bruce, you were very serviceable. You looked active. You looked like you were with it. I even saw Skye give you a pass on a fast break, and you finished it. You know, that's good stuff. Thank you, Bruce, for getting your trade value up. That's what I'll say to that. So, yeah, I'll continue and just go ahead and do the rest of the box score for the Raptors non-stars. I'd say honorable mention can go to let's give it to Jamal Shed, 2 of 5, 2 or 3 from 3. He had some key 3-pointers that he made when he was open. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, a +19 for Jamal off the bench with 6 points in 22 minutes. Also, Davion Mitchell, another honorable mention, starting 25 minutes, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He was a huge factor as far as just his doggedness, his energy was rubbing off on other people, and he was just being a very, very good defender and just a good leader out there. In some ways, Davion's very fantastic playmaker, and it shows. 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, only 1 turnover. 6-to-1 turnover ratio with assists is fantastic. 7 points for Davion. Very, very good job. Yak, as I said, had an off game. He had the worst plus minus of anybody on the court, which if you had told me that before the game that was going to happen, I would have told you you're crazy, because he's such a winning factor. A -26 for Jakob, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 block, and only 8 points in 19 minutes. Just an off night for him, but we weathered it and we still won. Chris Boucher came in for 12 minutes, 1 of 4 from the field, missed all 3 of his threes, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, a plus 17, though, with only 2 points. Also, Jacoby Walter, 18 minutes, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 at the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 points, a plus 12 with 18 minutes. And garbage time, as the garbage team came out there for a minute or two, and we saw smiling Shamshay come out there and make a brilliant pass and was so happy about it. We saw Orlando Robinson come out and make his Raptors debut at the end of the game. He looks very, very big. Of course, we didn't see him hardly do anything. AJ Lawson came out and got that basket off the pass from Ulrich. And Garrett Temple and Jamison Battle were out there also running around for just a little bit at the end of the game, too. So it was cool to see Shamshay get an assist. He actually got 2 rebounds also in under a minute. And, yeah, AJ Lawson was the person who got the basket. On the other side, a little bit of a note for Banchero and also KCP. Big-time games from them. Anthony Black also, I thought, played very well starting for the Magic last night, making some tough shots. But, yeah, they had trouble. Wendell Carter is not a good starting center to match up against us. Not at all. And they honestly, this is the thing, the Magic had nobody on the bench hardly at all. They had 9 players play last night. Those were all the players that were available, and they just got ran on the ground. Like the team just had to beat them with energy and running all over the place. They could be tired by the end of the game. The Raptors can win this game. And that's what happened. Magic are just worn out. They ain't got no players. They get fatigued, and they don't have enough people to score. And that's what happens. 109-93 for the Raptors. 40-point quarter in the third against the Magic. Doubled them up, 40-20. That was a huge turning point in that third quarter. They absolutely bust that game over. It was an awesome game, and it was fun to see Scott be a leader in all kinds of different ways than just taking over and scoring all the points. We did see a mix of everything, though. We saw him go to the basket and throw it down. We saw him do a little bit of turnarounds and low post, making his shots that he's been taking more. And we did see his very first basket was a very confident 3 from the corner. In some ways that bugged me. There was 2 threes that were made in the early when we were struggling offensively that kind of annoyed me. It was Scotty making that 3 as his first shot. I was like, oh crap, this could be bad. Because sometimes when a guy makes his first 3 like that, he goes overboard with taking too many threes, but he didn't do that. He just took that one. He made it. He had, and Grady making that transition 3 that Jack liked so much. That's something that nobody liked like 10 years ago. They would say that's a selfish player for running up the court and just jacking a 3 before anybody else is back. There's nobody there to rebound. But Grady's so confident and such a badass. He can dribble up the court and take that 3 in transition and nail it. And Jack was going, I love that. Jack would have said he hated that 6 years ago. If he had watched the game, he probably would have said, that's not a good shot. That you should be waiting for your teammates to come up there. Well, times change. And a Grady Dick transition 3, running up there when nobody else is back and hitting the 3. Well, as long as he makes it, it's a good shot. It's a good shot. As long as he makes it. That's right. Smooth saying, if the Raptors can get 3 first-round picks out of this, I'm all for it. I don't know if we want 3 first-round picks. That's a lot of money in some ways. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Let Masai and Bobby work their magic. I want to clarify something about the Siakam trade yesterday. We were talking about it so much, and Mike, Logical Raptors fanatic, was not able to be there live to give his 2 cents. He messaged me a bunch of stuff yesterday saying that, people need to look at the Siakam trade as a whole. There's a lot more to it. And that, it's not just as simple as saying it was Jordan Nwora and Bruce Brown and some picks. There's a lot more linking into it and stuff like that. And some of the things we had to do with Bruce Brown this year, as Mike pointed out, and I'm giving him full credit for this, is that, we had to take his player option because there was a hole in our salary that if we didn't do it, we were just going to lose out. So in some ways, even though it sounded dumb that we took his player option and kept him on the team this year, in some ways for bookkeeping, it was the smartest thing to do for salary cap reasons. So, Mike, very explanatory on off time, telling me why the Siakam deal is not as bad as everybody thinks it is. It just optically looks bad. So thank you, a Logical Raptors fanatic, for your insight and sharing information with me, even when I'm not on the air. Smooth saying Phoenix 2025, 2027, 2029. Those are the picks. Holy crap. Holy crap. G saying RJ started in foul trouble and adjusted and excelled in the fourth. Brown won the chain for a reason, kept them in the game first quarter. Grady showed hops. As Scotty said, Kelly was mad athletic tonight. Yeah, the blocks were crazy to me. The blocks were crazy. Yeah, Bruce Brown winning the chain. Let's go look at the Instagram stories real quick, guys. We're going to move from thing to thing real quick. Manuel Quickly's got our win against the Magic on here. Specifically, Grady Dick's dunk down the baseline. I think everybody was really impressed with it. I was. It made me kind of think, holy crap, look at Grady attack the rim and just throwing it down. He had a couple dunks last night where he just attacked the rim and threw it down. And that one along the baseline where he came and threw it over them, ooh, that was nice. Emmanuel's putting on blast. Looks like Superfan Mo at the game last night was taking part in GOAT Night, greatest of all time. And she got on court after the game with the Northside crew, taking pictures of Superfan Monique on the court with the Northside crew on that beautiful logo that's behind my back on the flag behind me. Yes. So Monique was getting that love from the dance pack down there. Northside crew and Monique hanging out. Norman Powell's got his Understand the Grind gear on blast, of course, every single day on his Instagram stories. Scotty Barnes is saying, I didn't even know I did this. It's the play where he stole the ball from Banchero and got the breakaway dunk and then look back. Because listen, don't do this, Scott. I love that this is something you've done in the past, whatever, when you're a kid looking back, stuff like that. You're going to get burned for this. Seriously. And there was one where you got a really easy dunk where you stood and waited. And honestly, you shouldn't do this. This is showing up people. And this is going to give them more fuel to fire to compete harder against you because they're going to be pissed at you because you're trying to make them look like fools. You can't do this, Scott, especially since we've only got 11 wins this year. In some ways, being cocky and showing off in some of the ways you do comes off really bad because we're such a bad team. And, when you did the little look back on that dunk, you're saying on your Instagram, you didn't even know you did that. Well, maybe that instinct to do that just in the moment, you need to stop doing it because it doesn't look good. If we're winning, you don't want to be a bad winner. And if we're losing, you just look stupid because you have no reason to be cocky with our record. In some ways, you need to be diligent and just let the wins and the play talk and not do the showboat stuff. And I think Garrett told you that when you came off the court after that dunk. I think he said, no, you can't do that. And so, Scott, you can't just wait for people at the rim when you have an open dunk. You're going to get blocked by an athletic person who's fast enough to close that distance. You can't fuck around like this. This is the NBA, man. This isn't middle school. This isn't high school. This isn't Florida State. This is the NBA, bro. And you got to stop doing some of this stuff, especially in crucial moments. If you did this shit in the playoffs and we lost a game because you did showboat shit later on, you're never going to hear the end of it from different people around Raptors Nation. So let's just stop the bad habits. The showboating in some ways is not necessary. And the stare down you're just going to piss people off. Honestly, he didn't even know he did it. It's just natural that he does stuff like that at this point. Yeah, there's Scotty getting the introduction before the game. He's smiling, getting ready. He's yelling. That's right. Get that intensity. Y'all look good as those purple City Edition warm-ups. The court just looks badass. Everything is awesome about it all. And there's something I'm going to tell you in a second. He's saying, get up on that rim, Grady. That's right. Because that's what Grady did last night. And there's Scotty giving the bench kudos with Kayla Gray in the post-game interviews saying that these guys were big time. And Khalil Olynyk was athletic. Grady Dick's got his dunk on highlight 3 times on his Instagram stories this morning. That's right. He might have impressed himself throwing it down on Tristan Da Silva right in his face. That was pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. All right, Slim Duck, and he's reposted Scotty reposting it. Get on that rim. Slim Duck has got all kinds of funny stuff on his Instagram right now. I'm in your city, and he's like, okay, have fun. He doesn't like just because you come to Toronto don't mean Chris wants to see you. This is what he's saying here. There he is coming in with the dub. That's right. It's cold as hell, but Chris is coming in and they get the dub. That's right. When I hear certain people don't want to fuck with me no more. He's like, okay, I'm over it, is Martin Lawrence. It's hilarious. He's got all kinds of funny stuff on here. Some guy hit a high note in a supermarket, and then he passed out and fell into the grocery aisle. Horrible. Crazy. There's some guy breaking bricks, kung fu, and one brick hit his hand, and he went, and he got hurt. Chris has got some crazy Instagram this morning. Y'all need to check out his Instagram. It's all crazy. Is he a certified electrician? The guy took the power wires and put them in his mouth. And he got zapped Holy crap, man. The dude's wearing like a motorcycle helmet. What are you doing, bro? Zap, man. You're going to kill yourself doing shit like that. That's crazy. Oh, and there's a guy climbing the fence with his pants getting caught on the spikes of the fence, and he rips his pants off. I've seen that clip so many times. Jamison Battle has got the clip of Scotty stealing the ball and staring back. And when he stares, it shows 109.93, the win, and then it finishes it and dunk. I love that. That's kind of cool. And also, Jameson's got a lot of Ohio State pride right now, obviously, because of certain things happening in sports right now. Davion Mitchell with his awesome sweater coming in. He's got Lincoln Alexander on his sweater, y'all, just so y'all know. Davion also with the fire before the game. And he's like, his post is like, I've been through hell. That's why I love it. Something like that. It's crazy. But Davion's awesome. There he is with Jamal McGlure in the stands. Right there. RJ Barrett has got Bruce Brown with the chain on his Instagram stories. Bruce getting the chain. Who would have thunk it? Bruce Brown got the chain last night, y'all. That's cool. In some ways, hey, whatever. Give him the chain. Let him have the chain. It's fun. Cowboy got the chain. There you go. And there's some nice shoes that RJ was wearing last night on the court. Matt Devlin's got Grady's dunk on blast. It's coming in, throwing it down on De Silva. There you go, De Silva. That's for you, rookie. There you go, buddy. All right, let's see what else we got. These are the guys coming in. Instagram for the Raptors. The Raptors also got something coming up real quick. How do you take care of your mental health? Because today's Bell Let's Talk Day, and the Raptors the Raptors 905 have clips up on their Instagrams talking about how they do things to help themselves with their mental health. Oshai says he reads and writes, and Garrett prays, and Jamal Shed stays in touch with his family every day. There's a support system. So it's really good that the Raptors are outspoken about mental health issues on Bell Let's Talk Day today. That's right. Toronto Tempo gear in full effect. They're also educating the fans on WNBA free agency right now. If you want more information on the WNBA free agency, they have a learner, a little primer on it. So you can learn more about the WNBA game as we get our new team in Toronto. So, yeah, lots of cool gear all over the place. Toronto Tempo stuff is all over the place. It's cool to see. And I know y'all are ordering it up and getting it yourself. Vote for the G League up next game still. You can still vote for that, apparently, even though voting for the other one's closed. There's the 905 talking about Bill Let's Talk, Dylan Dissou, Jamison Battle, Coach Jones, Quincy Guerriere, Ola Shamshay saying because mental health matters. So, yeah, those guys are speaking out for Bill Let's Talk on their Instagram right now. And yeah, it's game day, baby. And actually, wait, they're playing at Paramount. They aren't playing at Scotiabank. Okay, I figured since it was 11 o'clock game, they would do it at Scotiabank because they usually do these 11 o'clock games at Scotiabank, but they're not. The game is out at Paramount this morning, and it's about 45 minutes from now. So we got to get the stream done. Masai Ujiri posting on Instagram very rarely, very, very rarely as our president, Masai, post on Instagram stories, but he has this morning, and I'm going to tell you all three of his posts have to do with that court last night. He's proud of the court, the way that it looks, how stylish it is, how nice it is with the logo, the Vince Carter Raptor logo in the middle, and the nice bare court like wood color with the nice wood lanes with the purple around in the area. You know, it's a really nice court, and I'm telling you, because Masai's put this on blast on his Instagram the last about 3 hours ago, maybe he is strongly considering pushing to make this a more permanent kind of look for our team. There's a lot of fans that are saying that the city edition stuff this year is top notch, and we'd like to see it carried forward with us. Well, I'll have to see. The Masai's putting a clue out there that he likes it himself. Why would he post this? Seriously, why would he post this? Siakam with more French stuff in France and Paris, talking French, and being in a tourist and taking pictures around Gay Paris with his teammates and all kinds of stuff. They were in Cathedral. There's all kinds of stuff going on over there. There's some fancy ladies and fancy dress, and Siakam's all dressed up. It looks so crazy. Siakam just living that life over there with James Johnson and Benedict Mathurin and Thomas Bryant and the rest of his Pacers teammates. They were out and about being tourists as NBA Paris goes on with the Pacers going to play the Spurs this week over there. Wemby versus Pascal. That's right. So, yeah, they're signing some jerseys and balls there, too. And let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's the Instagram stories. Siakam in Paris, and everybody loves Grady's dunk, and everybody loves our court. is what I'm saying right there. Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy Pope's here. Let's fucking go, Raptors. They got it done last night. That's what I like to see. Me too, Jimmy. Yeah. I felt good even after the start was so bad. I was telling people in the chat, it was like, look, I feel good. I feel like we got a good chance to win this game, even when we were down almost by 20. I was like, yeah, there's just something about this. I know the Magic are going to run out of gas. They came out here and hit us hard early because they know they have to. And the war of overtime, the Raptors are going to win this game. And that's what happened. The Magic had a really hard time scoring at different times. Now, we had a little bit of a time where we couldn't score, but they had a couple times where they couldn't score. And that was a real big part of it. Jimmy, salute to you, Pope of Positivity. Isn't it nice to get some W's again? So nice. Nameless saying, I don't think anybody could have predicted that outcome considering the first 12 minutes. I did. Nameless, if you were in our Facebook chat, you would have saw me saying this, telling people in our chat, calm down. We're going to win this game still. I seriously did say that before the first quarter ended, and I was right. So, yeah, Nameless, don't say that nobody could have predicted this. The Raptor Freak actually did live during the game. If you were in our Facebook chat, you would have saw me doing it. You would have been like, holy shit, Lex was right. Because Jillian was freaking out. Jillian was saying all this crazy stuff. I don't know. Jillian was live one in our chat last night. She was commenting a lot. I said, Jill, you need to calm down. Watch, we're going to win this. I said, when Orlando's offense stalls out, we're going to come back and win. And boom, it happened like 5 minutes later. In the second quarter, I said, Jill, watch. Their offense is going to stall. And Jill said, their offense is going to stall out? What do you know? Why do you say that? They look really good. They scored 37 on us in the first quarter. I was like, just wait, watch. They're going to stall out, and we're going to catch up to them. And boom, it happened like almost immediately after I told her that. Yeah, Nameless, I predicted this. I called the win yesterday morning, and I called it even after the first quarter and when we were down. I did, yeah. You can ask anybody who was in the chat. Lex called it. Trevor saw it. They all saw me say it at that time live during the game. G saying, I have to say, Brown's off-ball movement is so good. I can see Grady is being mentored by him, cutting to the net in a similar way. Yeah. I mean, that is something that Darko let be known in an interview this week, that one of the things he loves about Bruce is he thinks he's one of the best cutters in the NBA. So, you better utilize that one part that he likes. Yeah. G saying, he's saying, Nameless saying, great point, G. Yeah, if he's teaching Grady some stuff, I mean, he's being a vet for a lot of different people. Jamal Shed calls Bruce Brown his vet, meaning he's like a veteran guy he's learning from about the NBA, and he'll always be his vet when he gets older. He's like, yeah, when I first came in the league, Bruce Brown was my vet. That's what Jamal Shed's going to say years from now, because he's designated him as his vet. He said it in an interview. Yeah, let's see. All right, let's see. Seymour saying, I remember going down to Kensington Market with like half of West Hill. It was pretty cool. Hope they recovered from your fire in your vlog. Yeah, okay, this is cool. Seymour's bringing up on the Kensington Variety VIP Club show this morning. This is 5 years ago. There was a very bad fire in Kensington Market 5 years ago last night. And Linda's Fruit Market, which is across the street from the Kensington Variety, burned down 5 years ago. Well, they rebuilt it very quickly, Seymour, and they are doing fantastic to this day. In fact, they rebuilt it even nicer than it was before the fire, and it's still a hub of community for Kensington Market as far as one of the best fruit stands in that community. So Linda's Grocery bounced back big time and is doing better than ever right now. So yeah, everything worked out and they did recover from the fire. Just so you know, that's a great thing. 5 years have passed. I can tell you what happened. And that's what happened right there. And the crazy thing is this fire happened and then the pandemic happened at the same time. And that kind of helped them actually, because everything was shut down and they were able to kind of just rebuild the store while the pandemic was happening. So thanks for checking out the Kensington Variety VIP Club. Yeah, it's going to get crazier on that episodes because it is right before a pandemic happens. And to see it happen in real life, like back 5 years ago, it's kind of weird to see how things have changed. But I appreciate you being worried about Linda's. It's okay. They got it back and they're better than ever. Business is booming for them. They're doing fantastic. Seymour saying, salute, Lex, to you feeding the homeless, giving deals, man. You deserve the best. Keep being you, champ. Awesome. It's fun, man. I mean, that show's so goofy. There's some episodes that are going to be coming up in the next couple of months where I do some kind of shady stuff as far as like selling things in the store that I probably shouldn't have sold. But that's just part of the weirdness of the Kensington Variety VIP Club. that there are items that maybe, there's food challenges that Martin and I do. Like there's some expired goods that there's like a beef jerky that he eats that ain't right. Let's just put it that way. And it's kind of like a Jackass episode where I'm like, Martin, will you eat this beef jerky that's expired and looks a different color than regular beef jerky? He's like, yeah, Lex, I'll try it. Lex. Yeah, yeah. So he eats it on live on the show. So there's all kinds of weird little dumb stuff happening on that show. But I appreciate you watching it, Seymour. And yeah, good little 5-year time capsule from 5 years ago. But it's going to get really weird once the pandemic hits and we all go into isolation, because the show transitions from me being in the store and interacting with the customers to being in isolation at home and making the show just by myself at home and talking about what's going on with me at the during the pandemic when we were all locked down. So it's a very, very interesting whole 12 seasons of the show. And right now it's showing the 9th season. So there's still 4 more seasons. They're going to come out after, or 10, 11, 12. There's 3 more seasons after this that are going to come out, and they'll be airing until October of this year, 5 years to the day. So you'll see what happened during the pandemic with Lex. It's crazy. It's crazy. I appreciate what you're saying, Seymour, though. Thank you, City Slicker, and thank you, Sheriff. That's right. Nako saying Kasparis was the original suggestion from Trevor. Oh, yeah, I did watch Kasparis. Yeah, I like him. I like him way better than Ben. I like him way better than the guy today. King's here. Brian's back. Let's see Brian's back. What's up, Freak Nation? Glad to see the boys pull one out last night. Whoa, phrasing, my guy. We do have a player on our team named Dick. So, yeah, phrasing, Brian. Phrasing, my guy. I think you did that on purpose. Pull one out, huh? Y'all check out To The Point, another great basketball channel on YouTube. That's right. Stargate saying that dude Beyond is very, very disrespectful to players in front office. He calls Messiah and Bobby clowns on a regular basis. He stoops to very childish name calling when he doesn't like people. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Like, I used to watch Basketball Rewind regularly, and because Kenyon's been coming in here and talking with us, I was like, all right, I'll give him another chance. But then I watched it this week, and I'm like, man, I like that they cover the whole NBA, and I wish they wouldn't talk about the Raptors at all if they're going to be like the way they are going to be. But yeah, that Beyond guy, he really pissed me off. Like, calling Kelly Olynyk a corpse is very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. And those guys, in some ways, they're not being real about the Raptors and the situation with it because they're haters. They're haters in some ways. They're haters, and they're kind of cackling, like cackling little ha 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 kind of motherfuckers. Yeah, Stargate, I'm with you. I'm with you on this. And I don't know if I'm going to watch anymore, Kenyon, because you turn me off with your disses and stuff like that. Be more positive and stop putting down the team that I love. And maybe I'll watch your content regularly, guys. Brian's saying, I don't think the Raps beat the Magic. The Magic beat themselves. Now, that's disrespectful in some ways, too. No, let's give them credit. They have to go out there and make the baskets. They have to go out there and make more than them. They beat them. It's just that the Magic just didn't have enough players, and they got overtired in some ways. That's true. But don't slight the Raptors for their victory. We have not earned very many victories this year, and every single one we get. Because think about how many we missed out on, Brian, by not closing games out and just barely losing also this season. So it all is exactly what it is. We earned this victory. Don't diss it. Don't diss it like that. Derps is saying, great win. Raptors were down by 21 at some point in the first, came back to go up by 21 when the game was basically over with less than 2 minutes left. I love that there was a cushion and there was no Magic comeback where they were going to try and come back up on us. I love that they, this is one of the things we got to say. The Magic have a really good matchup against us. For some reason, their team is built really well to beat us. We've had struggles with them the last couple of years, and we have not beaten them very much in the last couple of years. So they're built in a way with their roster where they have some matchup advantages over us, and they've exploited them. Well, not last night. Not last night. They were too shorthanded. Yeah. Nako's saying, if Bruce is willing to take a pay cut, I don't mind resigning him. I don't want him around. I'm sick of him. I just don't want to see him around anymore. I don't care if he likes it here. I don't care about any of that. In some ways, he's still just an undersized player on any team he goes to. He's just undersized, and I don't want to be undersized. Derps is saying, I think Pat Connaughton needs to go to Detroit first before the trade to get Bucks below the second apron. Okay. I don't know. Whatever the deal is in the end, I'll just look at it and react to it after that. But I'm not totally hating the proposals that I'm hearing right now. These sound like these could be something where we could be involved. Portis would be interesting. Naka's saying would do the Portis deal. You do it, yeah. I do it. Stargate saying Portis off the bench is an upgrade. Yeah, yeah, he'd be better than Kelly for sure, for sure. I mean, you'd use them both still. In some ways, you could play Kelly at 4 and Bobby at 5, and they're actually a really solid like kind of combo. They're a little slow, but they're very physical and they're very difficult to score on. I'll tell you that. Derps is saying Kevin Love and Kelly O would never work. They are nemesises, I believe. Yeah, that's from way back. That's the whole thing about why they hate Kelly in Cleveland is because he hurt. Was it Cleveland? It was it was Cleveland. We showed up in Cleveland, or was it Detroit? I don't even remember. It was Cleveland. It was Cleveland hates him. Yeah, yeah, because he hurt Kevin Love when he played for Cleveland way back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Kelly and Kevin have a problem with each other. I think that's probably not true. They may have had a scuffle way back, but that was how many years ago? 8 years ago? And how many times have they played against each other? They may even been teammates since then. I don't know. I don't know. They're nemesis? I don't think so. I don't know. G's got my cutoff. I appreciate that. Brian's saying, fuck the U.S. media. That's why we start our own Raptors YouTube channels. Yeah. Yeah, that's part of it for sure. Derbs is saying Shamshay would have blocked Scotty on that look back, laugh out loud. Yeah, he might have. That's what I'm saying, Scott. You can't play around like this. He had 2 plays where he did it. That breakaway where he was running and staring at the guy, that's different. But the one where he was cherry picking, he was all the way down at the end of the court, and he stood there for like a couple seconds, and the guy was running down the court towards him, and then he dunked it in. That's the one where Garrett gave him crap about. It wasn't really the transition one where he stared down the Orlando defender. That's different. That one I'm okay with mostly. It's the one where he took his time off of cherry picking and he was standing underneath the basket and he jumped up and just dunked it. That's the dangerous one right there. That's a very dangerous play right there. Randall saying, Lex, if the looking back and wait, if Sky's signature move, let him be. I'm all for it. Yeah, but it's just fundamentally bad. You know this, Randolph. You know, we're old heads. We understand that kind of stuff can be, not only is it showboating to piss off the other team, but it can actually make you miss the shot because you took too long and they actually do recover and they are defensively able to stop you from scoring. That basket's there for you to take it. Scott, take it and don't even mess around. In some ways, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed up on this. In some ways, it's like, okay, if Scott really wants this to be his thing, I love him. I want him to do what he wants to do. But also at the same time, it's like it's Champagny sunning shit kind of thing to me. That's what I don't like about it. It's like Champagny didn't need to sun people in interviews. Well, Scotty doesn't need to do this either. That's the thing that's bugging me. It's not smart. Trevor's saying Sixers lost to Denver. Yeah, they keep losing, don't they? That's pretty amazing. I see Nick Nurse losing all over the league, all over the place. Bryce is here. Bryce was in the chat with us last night, watching the game with us. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Good morning to you, Bryce, holding it down in Kentucky for us. Yeah, it was fun being in the chat with you guys, talking about the game during the game, and what a great game. Fantastic game. Carlos here. Good to see Carlo JS. Morning, Lex and fellow freaks. Haven't been in the chat recently, had a work situation. Well, I hope everything's working out, Kaloy, and things are okay for you, man. Always wishing the best for you and Santino and everybody in your family. And hopefully things are clearing up and you can be with us more regularly coming up. Yeah, Derps is saying Magic have length. Raptors struggle against length and or strong paint defense. Yeah. Yeah. And it's that middle stuff. It's like the thing that happened in both the Magic games this season is at the beginning of the game, the Magic did a really good job of messing things up in the middle. And as soon as we started to try and pass anything, like anything we try to do into the lane, they got their hands in there and messed it all up and got a turnover. And that was consistent in both games. So there's something about our offense that Darko has created with the Magic's defense that is not a good matchup. And the Magic are just getting picking off passes left and right like they did at the beginning of the game last night. But adjustments were made, and that stopped happening at a certain point. In fact, let's look at the team stats real quick because I feel like they tell a lot about some of what happened last night. In some ways, the game was very even, but not even in other ways. So real quick, team stats. The Raptors got less shots on goal than them. They take 8 more shots than us, so they were hustling a little bit more, but we made more shots. We shot better than them. They shot really bad. They shot really good at the beginning of the game, but then they shot really bad in the middle. 53% for the Raptors from the field and 41% for the Magic. That's a big difference right there. Three-pointers, we made 4 more three-pointers than them. We shot 54% from 3, which is phenomenal. They shot 29%. So they were horrible from three. They took way more threes than us, and we made 4 more than them. The free throw line, the refs were awesome. Tyler Ford, Jason Goldenberg, Jason Goebel were fantastic. You saw how they were calling certain things. There were some offensive fouls that were called on the Magic that were absolutely the right call, with people falling down, stuff like that. And then also, there was some 50-50 calls, and the refs were really on top of things, and they did a great job. They were looking out for us, and they gave us a little bit of home cooking last night. In fact, we got 9 more free throw attempts than them last night. 18 free throws made for us. Yeah, we didn't shoot well at free throw line, though. 64% from the free throw line. They out-rebounded us, 48-42, and they did get 14 offensive rebounds, which is a bit of a problem. 29 assists for the Raptors, which doubled up the assists for the other team, which is pretty damn good. Yeah, I liked how we were moving the ball and keeping everybody involved and playing off each other. The stocks, we won 13-7. Turnovers, we had 2 less than them. And fast break, only 16 fast break points. But points in the paint, we won +6, 48-42. Yeah, so it's a good game by the Raptors. And it's one of these weird games where both teams led by over 20 at different times in the game. That's kind of cool in some ways. Stargate saying, sometimes I wonder if Beyond is being paid by Hockey Canada or the NBA league office to come on social media and talk disparagingly about the Raptors organization. Coach Roach is okay, though. Yeah, in some ways, it's like watching those guys. I'm like, Coach Roach should be talking more because he's the one I want to hear more out of everybody. Kenyon's funny. He does his little jokes, and he's kind of laughing all the time. Beyond's just mean, man. He is just mean. I don't think it's as deep as this. But it's interesting in that episode, they're talking about, Beyond's favorite teams are Detroit and Dallas. Okay. Anyway, I don't even know why they act like Toronto's their home team because they don't treat it like their home team. I know Coach Roach considers the Toronto Raptors his home team, and he'll talk about us in that kind of way. But Beyond, you shouldn't be saying anything like us having to do with the Raptors because you're not a Raptors fan. And in some ways, I don't consider you Raptors Nation, all right? That's just how it is right there. Shere Khan is back. Y'all, what's up? Shere Khan is back in the chat. You know, I'll give Shere Khan a dunk for showing up 2025. I know that he misses his Raptors tonight, which is not on right now. You're getting your first dunk of the year. You're at 3, Shere Khan. So good to see you back, man. 2 moments. First one with Grady Dick back cut with a flush, and the second one with Grady Dick pump fake from 3-point line, then a monster jam. Fun game all around. The vibes. True North. Yeah, I like that, man. Good stuff, Shere Khan. Yeah, it was nice to get a win. In some ways, maybe Randy Urban could have done a Raptors tonight last night and got away with it and would have been nice. But alas, they're not doing it this year. Hopefully, it'll return next year. I really do miss that show. Derps is saying, great game, partly because the refs didn't suck the life out of the game. Yeah, Tyler Ford's a good ref, man. Jason Goldenberg, real good ref. Mosley was not happy with them. He was complaining to them a lot. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You're not happy with them. That's fine. I like Tyler Ford. I like Jason Goldenberg. They're great refs. They're fantastic refs. All right, let's keep going in the chat with what else do I need to do? Well, let's do the classic card. How about that? And get this done and out of the way. All right, I think I'm out of the newer cards. So this is going to be an older card again because we're back to classicness. So actually, it isn't an older card. It's actually a new card. I just happen to draw another newer card. All right, guys. This is pretty damn easy, so be ready to write this in immediately. Who is this? This is the classic card of the day. Can you see who that is? If you can see who that is, write in the full name, the whole thing, and you can get the classic card of the points day today. Yeah, that's right. Isaac's got it. He spelled it a little crazy. It's not Carmelo Anthony. That is SGA. This is an SGA card. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Beautiful card. It's probably going to be the MVP of the year. So, yeah, Isaac Campbell coming in and getting the classic card of the day. Isaac may be silent, but he's deadly. And he is here to get the classic card. It's an easy one. You're only going to get 100 for that. So, yeah, I'm going to just put SGA on there. I don't want to write his whole name out. And hi, David. Let's see, Isaac. And we'll put 100 there. Isaac Campbell, you got the classic card of the day, baby. That's right. Let's go. Canada to the Olympics. SGA is the future of this league. Yeah, we love our Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Carmelo Anthony? What? No, that's all right. Yeah. SGA would not have worked. That's not a full name answer. He messed up Alexander, but you know what? I didn't get mad about that. Gilgis is not exactly right either, I don't think. He didn't spell Gilgius. Gilgius. There's like the E has to be on the other side. But you know what? He's close enough. The letters are mostly there. They're just in a weird spots. Some of it, yeah. It looked like a Denver jersey to you? I mean, I guess, kind of. Yeah. Damn, autocorrect. Trevor's saying we are unhappy when we lost. I'm more unhappy when we win. Choose a side, people, or stay out of the way. Yeah, this is such a weird thing. Like people that are upset that we won last night, get over yourself. We're still, according to ESPN, the third team. We're projected for a top 3 pick. So get over yourselves. We need to give some winning to these guys. They need to learn in the process. And honestly, this has been fantastic. These guys are getting really good lessons as a young core on how to hold a lead and get the win. And that's what that was last night. That's good practice for them controlling a game and having a win with them being on top and not letting the other team come up and take over at the end and beat us like at the beginning of the season. You could have a lead in the beginning of the season and the teams would be good enough to come up and beat us and they steal the win from us. Well, we need to get some wins too. And 11 wins, I'm perfectly happy with. Any Raptors fans that are mad that we won last night, get over yourself. Just don't watch this season, okay? You don't get it, you don't get it. I mean, even beyond, like not beyond, but Kenyon's on there saying, well, it's official. We need to be tanking. Why are we winning? You know, no, Kenyon, you got to understand. We got to win. We got to try to win because that's the way we become better when this is all going through the other side. That's right. Let's see. Isaac's saying, I've been busy as all hell with work. Appreciate you, folks. SGA is the best Canadian scorer in our history. Alexander is also my middle name. There you go, Isaac Alexander Campbell. That's right. We miss you too, Isaac. I know that you're a very busy guy with family and work and everything and very important causes that you believe in. And I commend you, man. I still stand with you politically, completely. And I love you, man. Seriously, this has been a tough time for me in different ways politically. And people like Isaac Campbell are sunshine in my life because I understand there are still good, decent people out there like the benevolent one. So, hey, Isaac, anytime I can have you in the chat with us, it is a glorious day. How about that? Kaz is saying good morning, y'all, too. Yeah, he just jumped in. He said Carmelo Anthony, but he's saying good morning, too. Jerps is saying, I could care less. It's about staying healthy with how things are going all over. Yeah, once again, Raptors fans, realize we have Masai, and it doesn't matter where we pick. We cannot be angling or messing with how we try to win just because we want to manipulate where we pick. That's stupid. That's such bad strategy. We need to just play authentically towards winning. And if we authentically win, that's great. But if we don't, we don't. And we'll get the draft pick we're supposed to get. You know, we could finish like 8th worst in the season and we'll still be in the top 3 draft picks because the lottery is what determines this. So we're likely to be bottom 5. We're very, very likely for this, Raptors fans. So if we collect wins here and there for good feelings and learning how to win, that's part of the process of rebuilding. And last night, a win like last night will go a long way for team camaraderie, team trust, and team knowledge on how to close out a game against a team when you're winning. And those are all way more valuable than tanking and getting an L just because you want to get a higher draft pick. It's just, you got to understand what is important here. I know some of y'all are confused. It's like, oh, if we're going to be bad, we might as well be absolutely the worst we can possibly be. No. You don't want to be worse than Washington. No, you don't. That's what I'm saying. Carlos saying, I've been stressed at work for the last few days, but still employed, luckily. That win last night was so needed. Listen, man, I don't want to hear anything about you with your job, and I hope that you just have security there and things are all right. Prayers and all kinds of good feelings and vibrations towards you, Kaloy, as far as anything that may be worrying you work-wise. Yeah, we want this to all work out for you, man. Nothing bad in any kind of way. All right, let me see. Did I get this mostly done already with 20 minutes to spare? I mean, let's talk more about the game if you guys want to. I guess there's a little bit extra time, but maybe we should just get out of here and go ahead and just get ready for the game. Once again, the referees for the Raptors 905 game that's starting in 20 minutes, Westchester Knicks against 905 out at Paramount, apparently. Tyler Merkovich is the crew chief. Teresa Stuck is the referee, and Rachel Rayford is the umpire. And Blake Murphy is reporting this morning that Kobe Walter, Jonathan Mobo, Alrish Shamshay, AJ Lawson, and Jamison Battle are all with the 905 today to play with them in their 11 o'clock game this morning. So just so y'all know, that's what's going on there. The ESPN Power Rankings has dropped us to 29th from 27th. They swapped us with New Orleans because New Orleans got healthy and they think they're better. Well, we beat Atlanta around a little bit in Atlanta in the next couple of days. Y'all may need to bump us back up the power rankings a little bit. Not that it really matters in some ways because it's just ESPN's dumb perception of things. It doesn't really matter. Y'all check out the Kensington Variety VIP Club show. Once again, it's got some crazy, interesting stuff going on with the fire that was in the community 5 years ago last night. And you can see a little snapshot of what life was just before the pandemic, right when it hit. Yeah. Stargate saying, when's the Atlanta game? They're playing Atlanta tomorrow night, and then they're staying in Atlanta and playing Atlanta again on Saturday night. So we have 2 games in a row in Atlanta. They're not going to be traveling. So, yeah, there's going to be 2. Yeah, and Atlanta has been getting snow. There's been snow in Tallahassee in the last 24 hours. The polar vortex is stretching all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. And it's weird because there's pictures people are sending me from down in Florida of snow on the beach right next to the ocean right down there. So, yeah, there's some stuff going on down there. There's people aren't used to it. I talked to my parents about the snow in the last week in Atlanta and how they shut down the city. And they told me it was nothing. It's like, yeah, they don't understand like things down here. It's like a little bit of snow will shut down the city down there because they're not used to it, but it was nothing. It's like my parents are from, my mom's from Manitoba. They're very northern people. And they're like, yeah, they're wussies. Why are they getting all upset about this amount of snow here in Atlanta and shutting down the city? So it's nothing that bad down there. It's just that they're not used to it in Georgia. But yeah, it's they're gonna be in Atlanta and it's cold there, just like it is here in Toronto. So in some ways, it's like, yeah, y'all go sit down in Atlanta. Don't be James Harden and go get wings and sit at the strip club for 2 days, though. Figure it out. Get a practice in. Maybe y'all can go to Georgia Tech campus or Emory or something like that and get some time in on the court and get some extra practice in while you're in Atlanta. And once again, I'll say, because they're in Atlanta, that's where Turner Broadcast Studio is and other like NBA office stuff. Maybe we're going to see some of our Raptors in NBA, full NBA media stuff because they're down there in the city for a couple of days and they have time off. You could very well see like one of our Raptors sitting on inside the NBA Thursday night, or not Thursday night, but sometime this weekend. You could see that. You can probably see that. Yeah. Yeah. Stargate saying my sister in Savannah got snow down there. They're freaking out. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing, though. It's not like they got what I've got out here, which is like 2 feet of snow just sitting on the ground out there. They ain't got no 5-foot icicles hanging from their house like I do right now. I don't think they do. That's right. Smooth saying that Houston's been getting snow even. Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Polar vortex. And I tell you, this is the coldest it's ever been while I've been out at this cottage the whole time I've been here right now. It's insanely cold out here right now, but I'm okay. The heating system here has worked really well, and I've got space heaters supplementing in different areas too, and I'm doing fine. But it's been weird, man, because it is very different out here this time of year, out in cottage country. Because in the city, you got the warmth of other bodies and people in the city and the cars and everything kind of warming everything up. There's nothing like that out here. And it's very cold, very, very cold. So we're saying my aunt's saying it's like -3 there and everyone is a panic. Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird how the polar vortex dips so far over the whole entire eastern side of the United States right now. It's really, really cold all over the place right now. Yeah, it's funny. And Boss Takes here. Hello, freaks. Hello, freaks. Hello, freaks. All right, let's get done, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. Great win over the Orlando Magic last night, Raptors. You may have started very horrible, but adjustments were made when the bench came in. Chris Boucher, Davion Mitchell, Chris Boucher, Kelly Olynyk, and Jamal Shed, and Bruce Brown, very much keying some stuff off the bench as a bench unit to get us back in the game. And Scotty, good job being an all-round leader and showing all kinds of bags of tricks. As whether it's passing to your teammate to make a basket, whether it's you calling your own number and making a basket yourself, whether it's you making a block or a steal, a great defensive play. In fact, you against Banchero was very good. You had some very good defensive stops on Paulo at crucial times. And, well, in some ways you took it back at them and scored on them. Also, I like that. Yeah, Shamshay slowing down in garbage time was promising. Yeah, Shamshay had fun getting out in the game for a second, and I think that he's starting to get more comfortable being in North America and adjusting to G League / NBA life. So yeah, Shamshay is getting very, very much more and more comfortable. He's still got a lot to learn. He's still got a lot to figure out. But and Darko said this after the game about Shamshay. He said, "Yeah, I'm very happy with what's happening with Ulrich, but we're taking it slow with him. We want to do everything with him very correctly. So we're taking it slow with him. So don't expect too many crazy things from him right away, even if it seems like he can't do it. Remember, the Raptors are trying to develop him on their own pace, and they want to do it in the right way to get the full potential of what is possible for him with his amazing athleticism and his ability. So yeah, don't rush Ulrich Shamshay is what Darko's saying last night. That's right. Derps is saying Shamshay had his first game with points, assists, and boards in 1 minute, no less. Yeah, his NBA stats are not that super great, but he has, he's gotten some stuff here and there. He's made appearances in some ways. In some ways, he's been a victory cigar or a garbage time guy that just comes out at the end of the game. But things are going to change over time. Now, one way you want to see him is in about 10 minutes. When he plays for 905, he's much more useful in different ways because he's being the defensive center for everything around what 905 is doing. In fact, he's showing real chops of being able to shut down the other side and not allow them to score in recent games for the G League team. And also, we're starting to see more of his offensive potential with the passing, like last night to AJ, and also some of the scoring he can do in the post with little hooks and post ups and stuff like that. He's definitely able to do garbage points, whether he's getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. That's another way he's getting a lot of points right now, and the occasional three. So yeah, y'all watch Shamshay in about 10 minutes on YouTube. I'll be in there in the chat. We can continue to talk there with Westchester Knicks at Raptors 905 starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time in about 10 minutes, y'all. Yeah. Derps is saying he's super raw, but yep, that Shumpocalypse. That's a great word. Will arrive someday. Yeah, it's building. It's building and it's coming. It's definitely coming. Derps, you're going to get a dunk for a word like Shumpocalypse. That's so crazy, man. Shumpocalypse. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Derps, you got your first dunk of 2025 for a weird monstrosity of a word. Three dunks for you, my guy. Yeah, Shumpocalypse. Shumpocalypse. I think that's how you say it, right? All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptors Freak. I enjoy talking with you guys every morning about Raptors. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for the scout of the day, Trevor, Ben, Saraf. Not interested. Not that curious in a 6'5" point guard like that. Nah, not that interested. But yeah, no birthdays today, guys. Unfortunately. But yeah, today, 11 a.m. Let's watch the 905 very, very soon. So I'm going to get off the air right now. Appreciate everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the channel if you want. You can sit in the Facebook chat with us during the game and listen to me comment about things that are going on in the game. Like last night, it was very insightful because I was calling it. I was like, yeah, they're going to stall out and we're going to beat them. Watch. Boom goes the dynamite. That's what happened. W your day. That's right, Isaac Campbell. And appreciate you for putting me on blast. Benevolent One, thank you for returning. Thank you, Shere Khan. Thank you, Kaloy. Thank you, everybody who's come back and rejoined the chat. I know y'all have been real busy, and I understand. Hopefully, you guys can catch me at other times of the day, but I love having you guys here live also. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Raptors 905. Let's beat Westchester Knicks in the very, very near future. Let's go Raptors.